Hello Sudoku friends, and welcome to another País expert puzzle. Today is March 14, 2024. We are going to have a look at what we are dealing with here. First of all, I see a 4 in one of these squares. We got 4s blocking here and here, and we got 4s blocking here and here. So this is a 4. A quick reminder though, tomorrow morning I'm embarking on a 6 or 7 day motorcycle trip. This time I'm going in a southerly direction, and during those 6 or 7 days I won't be able to record any Sudoku solves. I have prepared one video for each day that I'm going to be away. They will all be País or with Sudoku puzzles, I think, and I will continue recording when I come back, probably on Saturday next week. That out of the way, let's continue with this puzzle here. And we will continue, I think, with a 5 in block 1, this block here. We have a 5 blocking up here, and therefore a 5 must go here. These two squares must be a 1 and a 9, because we have a 1 and a 9 here. We have a 1 and a 9 here. So these must be 1 and 9. And it so happens that a 9 here forces the 1 to go here and the 9 here. So that was easy enough. We're going to have a 9 here or here. One, 3, 6, 9 across here. This is a 3, 6. This is a 1, 3. This is a 6, 9. And this is, anything. So instead of fighting windmills, let's look at the 7s blocking across and down, and just enter a 7 into the corner square like so. By the way, a 6 must go in one of these squares blocking down, and we have a 6 blocking down here. So for row 7, a 6 is restricted to these two squares. Let's see about the 8. So the 8 blocks down and across. That doesn't really give me much of anything, does it? But for column 1, we can place a 1 in this position because we need a 1, 6, and an 8 to complete the column. We got a 6 and an 8 blocking here. So this must be a 1. And we know that a 6 and an 8 must go in two of these squares blocking down. We got a 6 and an 8 blocking across. So it's clear that these two squares must be a 6 and an 8. Therefore, these must be a 4, 7, 9. And we do have a ghost 7 here blocking down. So neither of these two squares can be a 7. Therefore, a 7 must go here, and these must be a 4 and a 9. And now we are looking for a 2, 3, and a 9 here. A 2 and a 9 block this square. So this has got to be a 3. And now a 2 and a 9 here. We can also solve that because the 9 blocks. So here's a 2 and here's a 9. Now we have these two 9s and this 9 blocking all of these squares, leaving just this single square for a 9 in row 9. 9 blocks over here and here. We know that one of these is a 9 because these are 6 and 8, remember? So a 9 also can't go here. Ergo, here is a 9. 1, 3, and 6 here. Remember how a 6 up here blocks this square and the 6 blocks this square? This now is a 6. And these two must be a 1 and a 3. We need a 2 for this block number 7. We got a couple of 2's blocking down, and we got a couple of 2's blocking over. So here's where the 2 goes. We can enter an 8 here because these 2 8's block these 5 squares. So here's the 8. We need a 3 for column 9, 3 blocks here, 3 blocks here. Here's a 3. Now an 8 and a 5 for these squares, and I'm not sure we can do much with that yet. But we can do something with these squares. We need a 6 and we need a 9 and a 6. We need a 1, 9, 6, 8. 1, 9. This is a 6, 8. Oh, another 6, 8. We also have 6 8's here, remember? 9, 6 here. So this is a 1, 8. 1, 6. This is a 9, 8. No, we can't do anything. At least not this early in the day. It's 6 in the morning where I'm at. We can do a 6, however, it goes here. We have a couple of 6's blocking here, here, and here. So this is a 6. And here now 1, 8, and then 9. 9 still must go here, here, and this here is a 9 or an 8, and this is a 1 or an 8. And there it stops, I think, for the time being. I do see the outline of a unique rectangle. We know that these 2 squares have got to be a 1 and a 3, and this is also a 1 or a 3, so this can't be a 1 or a 3. So that tells me that it's got to be an 8 because we need a 1, 3, and an 8 for these squares. So this is an 8, and therefore this is going to be an 8, and these two must be an 8 and a 9, and this must be a 1, and this must be a 3, and this must be a 3, and this must be a 1. But I will try to solve this puzzle without that knowledge, without remembering that this is going to be an 8. So instead, I'm just going to make sense of this and find a 3, I think, because we have a 3 blocking here. We also have 3's blocking here and here. And we have a 3 blocking here. So let's begin with this 3 here. Now we have 2 3's blocking up and a 3 blocking across. So this is also a 3. So now we have 3's here, here, and here, here, as we discussed earlier. But since we found this a 3, this square can't be a 1. And if we look at the 1's in this shoot, this 1 blocks here and this 1 blocks here. So here's a 1. Remember how these must be a 1 and a 3? The 1 blocks over. So here's a 3, here's a 1. Now this is a 1. Now these must be a 3 and an 8. And look at this, the 3 blocks over. Here's the 8 that I announced a few moments ago. But now we found it using logic and not by using our knowledge of unique rectangles. And there is a huge difference in that. So here's a 3 now. Here we're looking for a 6 and a 5. 5 blocks down, so here's a 6. And finally, we found a 5 here. Now we have a 6, 8 here, and here, and here, and here. And here, of course, we just need to enter the 5 that is missing. Here we need a 7 and a 6. And here we need a 4 and a 2, I think. Yes, the 2 blocks over. Here's a 4, and here's our 2. Now we can take a stab at these three squares. They must be 2, 6, and the 7. And no, we can't, not yet. But now we know that these can't be 2, 6, and 7. Instead, there must be a 4 and a 5. Again, nothing we can do about. Is there? No, I don't think so. We just have to wait a moment. But since we know that these must be an 8 and a 9, we know that this can't be an 8, and therefore this must be an 8, mustn't it? Now we got 2 8s blocking here, so this is an 8. We got a 7 blocking here, so this is a 7, and this is a 6. Now we are finally getting somewhere. This is now a 6. And here we need a 5 and a 2. 5 blocks over, 2 here, 5 here. This lonely square must be a 2. And this a 7. A 5 must be hanging out here. This 5 blocks across, this 5 blocks up. Here's another 5, and therefore this is a 4. Now we have this 4 blocking across and this blocking down, 4 here. This square can only be a 9. Now we have a 9 here and an 8 here because we discussed that already. This 8 blocks here, therefore we have an 8 here, and this is a 6. This is also a 6, and so is this. 1 and 7 still to be placed. 1 blocks here, so here's a 7. Therefore, we have a 7 here, and the last number for this puzzle is a 1. Goes here. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please come back here very soon and watch more videos. Bye for now.